We are what I would like to call a very prosperous day two relationship, because the day ones you kind of have baked in because of your environment. The day twos you really get to choose. And I feel that more adults should be making adult friendships as opposed to just taking the people based on their environment, whether they went to high school, whether they went to college. Or
those organic day one relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even, the other day I was doing some work for Turks and Caicos government.
Okay.
And why? One of the reason is because my father was roommates in college with the premier of Turks and Caicos. Now he just happens to be the premier of Turks and Caicos. So I'm like, okay, which one of my college roommates are going to be the premier of a country?
You never know.
Wait.
You never know. You just never know. You don't.
Maybe it'll be me.
And this is why when you're climbing and you're building, you never I burn bridges, but I'm very comfortable when I burn a bridge, and I don't get mad once I do it. But if you're a person that can't take certain chafing, you can't burn bridges.
I'm not a bridge burner.
I am. I sell the match, the gas, all that stuff, and I burn it all the way to the ground. But you have to be careful, not just burning bridges. I think shitting on people and making unnecessary enemies.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
That's. I think that is worse than a bridge burner. At least a bridge burner is direct. I did something that you didn't like, or you did something that I didn't like, and we just cut. As opposed to, I try to use you, I try to manipulate you, and then behind your back, I shit on you and I shit on your name. I think that's a bit worse. You have to be very careful because you don't know who will become who. The wife just was looking at a picture that she took while we first dated. She was standing next to then MP Philip Brave Davis before the QC or KC, right? And she was looking back, and it's such an interesting photograph. I'll send it to you.
Because there's multiple people in the photo.
No. It's an interesting photograph. I can send it to you. And I just burst out laughing because I remember taking it. I remember being there when it was not taking it, but when it was taken. And it over the years, as she's grown in her career, she's sat down with the first lady, the now first lady. She's been photographing him and also the minister of education. And now that everything is full circle, but you don't know 7 years ago. You didn't know 7 years ago.
But that's who they were going to be.
That's who they were going to be. And it's so interesting. So those type of things you kind of need to, as a young person, take stock of because you don't want to make unnecessary enemies.
And that's why where you send your child to school is so important, because they are those day one relationships that become, you never know if your next door neighbor who you're playing play dates with is going to be the next prime minister.
Yeah.
So do you want to send your kid to crap school on the corner, or do you want to spend the extra $1 to send them to a good private school where the education is top notch?